Hey folks, Doc Hanson here with another Good Time guitar. Really special guitar here. This is one that I've had for some time now, and kind of sad to see it go, but it just doesn't get a lot of play in my house, and I want somebody else to really enjoy this remarkable guitar. So what I have here is a 1958 Gibson C-1. So those of you who are familiar with Gibson nylon guitars get what a cool guitar this is. So I think they first started making C1s in '57, so this is the second year of production. What we've got here is a solid spruce top, solid, beautiful mahogany back and sides, Brazilian rosewood bridge. Now, the specs on the Gibsons say this has a rosewood fretboard. Pretty sure this is ebony. I mean, you look at the straightness of the grain in here, the darkness. I think it's ebony, although if you look at the edge here, on the edge, it's possible it's stained, dark stained rosewood, but just looking at the grain, I think it's ebony. On the Gibson production lines, sometimes you just never kind of knew what was going to be coming out on some of these guitars. It really sort of depended on what they had laying around. So, a couple more things about this guitar. Now, if you've seen these guitars before, one of the things that's very common on these guitars, especially these older ones, is for this tortoise edging on the back and the front to crumble and flake. This is perfect. I mean, it is just in perfect condition. There are absolutely no issues with that tortoise shell edging on the top and bottom in here. Very rare to see one this old in that good of condition. Overall, this guitar is in great condition. I'm not going to call it mint, a couple reasons. One is that there's a 2 stamped on the back of this headstock, so that would indicate it's a factory second. Now, looking at the guitar, structurally there's absolutely nothing wrong with the guitar, but there is a little bit of bad finish right down here on this lower edge where it probably didn't get sprayed properly, or for some reason the lacquer didn't adhere completely to that wood. So I imagine that's probably why it was given that 2 on the headstock. So oftentimes what they did with these seconds is they sold them to workers there at the factory, those types of things. But otherwise, this guitar is in just really, really exceptional condition. Now, I have used this guitar a little bit, and I did put in a pickup into here. It's the K&K Pure Classic pickup, so it has 4 transducers glued to the bridge plate underneath here, and there's a plug-in. This is a passive pickup, so there's no battery or anything in here. And I will say it sounds very good amped up. You're going to want to use a preamp on it though, because the bass tends to sort of overpower the electric output unless you can dial that down a little bit, bring up your mid and trebles a little bit. It also impacts by what kind of strings you put on here. Now I've got a really nice set of Savarez strings in here with carbon fiber trebles to really highlight the trebles in this guitar. But the sound on this is just, the tone is wonderful. Here, let's see if we can do something. Classical guitar playing obviously is suspect, but it is just a wonderful sounding guitar. Now, of course, some people say not your traditional classical style guitar. That's possibly true, but this does have fan bracing. The CO has ladder bracing, but now the C1s and up had fan bracing. So you've got the fan bracing here. It does have a 2-inch nut. So, you know, I think the traditional classical guitars might have had like a 2.2-inch nut, so a little bit wider. It also has a very, you know, kind of a shallow neck here. So it's very comfortable to play, especially if you're coming from a steel string to this. Very easy to get your fingers around here and play. So check it out. This is has been one of the prides of my collection, and I just don't play it enough. Willing to let it go. 1958 Guild C1 in just great condition. Check it out. Thanks. Bye-bye.